Hey guys, today I want to do a little, what I'm calling a mega pack of photo modes that I didn't quite get around to covering, either because this channel maybe wasn't really a thing or I was just caught up in other stuff, but these are ones that I still wanted to take a little look at, but maybe just not in their own dedicated video. So let's get right into it. First up, let's look at the Callisto Protocol. Now, I didn't love this game. I thought it was a little boring, and sci-fi horror isn't necessarily my favorite genre, but regardless of that, the game is undeniably beautiful. I mean, I really think it might be the best looking game in terms of character models, in terms of environment. It's stunning, and especially when you get in the photo mode and take it in close, it's wild how high fidelity these skin textures are. It's just really stunning. It is a bummer though that this photo mode is kind of a letdown. It's not awful because it's there, you can take photos, but it does that thing that they did in the Last of Us remake where the camera is locked to an orbit, so you can't freely move around the environment. You're just stuck kind of looking at the character. And yeah, you can hide the character and try and focus on the environment, but I gotta say, when the camera is in that orbit lock, it is really tough to get the angles and the shots and the range that you want. So that's kind of a bummer. There's also this light section, which you might think is like, oh, there's lights in this game, you can do something. Not really. It kind of just applies like a filter across the whole screen. So I'm not even sure why that is necessarily called light. It to me just seems like a choose your own filter sort of thing. But anyway, Callisto Protocol, there's a lot of great images to be had out of it, and yeah, check it out if it looks interesting to you. Next up is Sniper Elite 5. This game is really interesting because it can go from looking really stunning in certain areas to very meh. Some areas look like really high quality and realistic, and like the lighting is just hitting and it feels like you're in a real space. And then others look really flat. Here's kind of like this alleyway street in this town. I thought it looked gorgeous. I thought the way the highlights showed up, it just really worked. And then there's a building here in contrast where everything in this room just looks flat. Like there's no bounce lighting happening, or if it is, it's very unrealistic. So the game is kind of hit and miss, but all that to say, there are areas where you can get some stunning shots. The photo mode is okay. I find the depth of field is really weird. It does that thing where it's not like a true depth of field, but instead it sort of tries to calculate distance and then blur things. And you'll see, especially when you're trying to get detail shots, the edges of what you were trying to get in focus have this kind of fuzzy blurriness that looks very unrealistic. It is not at all how a camera would operate. There's a lot of different areas you can shoot, especially if you are a fan of like the war aesthetic. This is like set in World War II. One thing I will say is I'm shocked that there's no way to enter photo mode on those slow-mo bullet time kill things, which the series is known for. So like if you want to get a sweet shot of a bullet going through Hitler's head, you can't do that. Photo mode is not available in that slow-mo mode. That seems like an odd choice, but yeah, I don't know. All right, last but not least is Rise of the Ronin. This game is so interesting because it doesn't look great, but regardless of that, the photo mode is actually quite in-depth and quite good. One thing you can do is you can save settings, which I really like. You can, save them, pop out of the photo mode, and then when you go back in, you can have all those settings again. So if you got something and you fine-tuned it to a way you really liked it, that's great. The depth of field, a lot of the time, it produces an unnatural looking line in the shot. You can see in this one here, you can tell very clearly where the depth of field is starting and ending. That is not how that should look. It should be more smooth. I will say, oftentimes I make fun of filters, but this game's filters are pretty cool. They've got this sweet traditional woodblock like print painting effect. That's kind of an iconic look, and it looks really good in this filter effect. The lighting is pretty sweet. You can move it around the character. I do think the coolest feature, though, is this frame-by-frame movement. This is fantastic. When you pause, you can very slowly move the frame forward to complete whatever was about to happen, whether that is a tree blowing in the wind, whether that is you slashing your sword and you want to fine-tune exactly where it goes. I think that is so fantastic. More photo modes should have that. So anyway, those were the 3 out of today's mega pack. I've got another one coming up that focuses on the cyberpunk genre, so we'll have 3 games there. And then I think I probably have another one coming up after that. I don't know in what order or how quickly I will get to it, because I know we've got Assassin's Creed Shadows coming out, and there's some other games I've wanted to talk about. So a lot of cool stuff coming in 2025. I'm super excited. Hey, let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to this year. Is there a game you really hope has a photo mode, or one you already know has one and you're just super excited to capture it? Just let me know. Till next time.